Namato Ratana Tayasa. May I pay homage to Triple Them, the Buddha, Dhamma and the Sangha. My respect goes to my parents and my teachers. Hello, good evening everyone. This is Ajahn Sujan from Varapunya Meditation Center, Aberdeen, Scotland. So today is Sunday the 3rd of May 2020. As usual, I am here with you all to befriend and to share some of my understandings and reflections on different topics. And mostly so far I've been focusing on the basis of your reflections and your questions. I hope you've been enjoying this isolation time. And today's weather is not that great compared to previous days. This morning it was okay, but not in the evening. It's showering rain, but it's still not that cold compared to when it's really windy. But obviously we cannot make any decision on the weather. Especially in Aberdeen, you cannot expect it to be as you wish it to be. In terms of the weather, I would like to share my experience when I came to UK. So it was 2020, and one of my friends, that time wherever I went, it was all green for 5 months. I came end of the April 2005, and everywhere I went it was all green at all the time, and I felt this country never knew any other seasons or why there is only green everywhere. And one of my friends told me that in the UK, there are few things that we shouldn't trust on, and one of them is the weather. So weather we cannot trust in the UK, and when you're in Aberdeen and obviously in Scotland, it's very difficult to believe in the weather because you could have the different types of the weather in one day. So all 4 seasons can be experienced in one single day in Scotland. So weather and work. I was also informed that work also uncertain here in the UK. Little did I know, or maybe I do not know about it at all until I realize when I have to talk to members and people coming to the center how terrible and how vulnerable they are in terms of the work and uncertainty of the work. There's possibility of a changing work at any time, and in this time of the uncertainty and this time of the pandemic, there are hundreds of thousands of people losing a job, and again it's uncertain that when will they get a job back, or is there any possibility that they will get the job back this pandemic. So that's why I was told that work and weather we cannot believe in the UK, and which seems pretty much true, and I have also experienced it too. Nevertheless, when I came to Aberdeen, I felt very connected, and despite the cold weather, I felt very warm in my heart, and I feel very welcoming community in Aberdeen. So wherever I go and teach or give a talks, that's why I always start off by saying that Aberdeen, although appear to be very cold outside, but I always feel warm and warm welcoming here in Aberdeen. So this is the Aberdeen. So welcome to our regular daily Dhammas or reflection time, everyone. So thank you very much, and everyone, to make this time and spare this time, waiting for this time to come and join with me and with you all to share and also get insight into some of the reflections. So with that, I would like to read one or two. Hello Charla, hello Margaret, hello Sunil, Jonathan, Linda, Manish. I hope you're all enjoying. So before go on, I would like to read out this one or two reflection, but I try to make my time. So first reflection came from Colin. Colin is from Aberdeen. He originally from Glasgow and living in Aberdeen for a long time, and good friend of our center and mind. And now since the lockdown, I believe he was doing a good morning walks every day at the beach. And every morning I got his feedback and his reflections from his walks. And this is one of them. So he says, "Good morning, Piku Sujan. Listening to you last night, I totally understood and agreed what you said. My experience with people, they have a tendency to say, what do I get out of this? What is my outcome? And etc. Destination. I simply say to them, if you get off on the wrong foot, you will go nowhere. They say to me, what do you mean? Simple. You desire, which leads to delusion and eventually disappointment, which may cause depression. So how do I go about it? I say simply, get on the train and enjoy the journey, and don't worry about the destination. Keep smiling." And he further writes that, saying he spoke with his wife, and then this virus has brought her family even closer than it has been ever before. So however, I have friends are finding it difficult to change. So the virus has both positive and negative experiences for different people in different times. I totally agree with Colin that the virus has given us both positive and negative experiences, particularly in terms of the family, living with the family. It has given us great opportunity to be with the family members. I think I have mentioned one of the nights that when there wasn't any lockdowns, and that time where people will normally speak to me that they didn't have time for the family or to do what they wish for, and because they're so busy with the work and the job they are in. But since then, and now the lockdown happened, and they have more time to stay with the family, more time to do what they like to do. But what happened on top of it, that because you are living together for such a long time, and again have also created some frictions, so you need to be mindful of that. I also mentioned that this is happened because the energy that we have in our body, so it needs to be burned out, and only then to find the balance. Whereas in the past, because you're staying together with the family, maybe only a couple of hours, and go to sleep and wake up and go out work, and with that it was creating a balance. But after this virus arrived, now you're staying 24/7 days, and that creates the friction as well. So you need to be mindful of it and using these energies in a right way, and that creates the right thing. And not only that, there are significant number of people have expressed that, well, this is because I was attending our interfaith online meetings previously, and realized that, and this is again from the throughout the Scotland, many or almost all of them expressed that how good this virus has brought to their life, as there are so many things they never thought of doing, they're doing it now. And they never had chance to stay with the family. Now they have a chance to talk and play games and express their thoughts each other. So although virus has created this social distances and lockdown and certain things that we cannot do as we normally do, but in the meantime it has created a really positive things in our lives. And we also see how grateful we are all the services that has in the past we probably take it for granted, but now we can see that how much we've been taking granted for. Yeah. So now we feel more gratitude to the people, to the things, even the food in our plates. In the past, probably we were taking it as like just one object, but we didn't take seriously. But now we can see that how important these foods are, and we are using it so mindfully. Yeah. So that's why virus has got both positive and negative connotation or influence to us, definitely. But this is extraordinary circumstance that we are in this time of pandemic, because we are in a way fighting with such a invisible tiny creature, and that's again, it's not the complete creature yet. It's just a form that will create a creature sooner or later, and that affected millions of people at the moment. I heard this evening when the UK government was announcing some of the numbers, and then it's realized that there are over 28,000 people have died due to the coronavirus in the UK alone. And there are again over 14,000 are living in a hospital, and over almost 200,000 people, nearly 200,000 people are tested positive. Well, and then despite of that, again, the briefing suggests that there is a falling number of infections in the UK, and the NHS is sufficient. NHS has got a sufficient support at the moment, and there is a sustain of death, which basically means the rate of infections just decreasing, but the only problem would be, is there any second phase of it? So if there is a second phase, then how we will handle with it. In that relation, I was asked one question. One of the members asked that, as a Buddhist monk living in a center and meditating and chanting, you are more like a spiritual. Do you know that will we be able to win this virus? And that question, that question put me in a deep thought, and I don't know how to answer that question because I'm not a scientist and I'm not in the medical science. That reminds me, just remember the story from the Zen story. There was a commander in Japan. He was about to go on the war, and he realized that his soldiers are less number than the opponent, but he had to win this war. So in that case, what he did was, on the way there was a temple, the Buddhist temple, famous Buddhist temple. So he went in and he did a silent chanting, so silent prayer in front of the Buddha. After he did the silent prayer in front of the Buddha, he came out from the chapel and he used the coin, find out that what will happen. And he, before he to throw the coin, he told the soldiers that if it's a head, we will win. If it's a tail, then we will lose. As he said, he threw the coin and took it in his hand. It turns out head. And he announced, we got the head. So with that, all the soldiers thought, now we're going to win this war, this battle. So all they off went to the battle. And they won. They won the battle. And they came back and told the commander, wonderful what you did in front of at the temple. Now we win. Now we won the battle. Wonderful. And this commander showed this coin, which is both sides, was the the head. So this is what we are in this time. We do not know how we can do, but the one thing we know for sure, that it will go away. And it's going away, it's based on how, but it won't go away immediately. All what we need is a courage, confidence, and staying or carrying out all the measures that we can do to keep us safe and continue working on that measures. And it is for sure that it will go away sooner or later. As we have heard that there is a vaccine or the medicine is on the way, and all the other vaccines developed. I saw in Thailand they are giving vaccines for the people to protect from this virus, and in the UK there is ongoing process, and hopefully we'll get it soon. What is important is the courage and strength that we have to keep it on, to fight with it. Although we are not fighting physically, but we have to make our mind strong mentally, so we can develop the resistance and develop so-called the immunity, which I think I have mentioned in our previous talks, that when our mind is stressless, our mind is calm and peace, and that moment our immunity develops. And this is not because I have read the Buddhist texts, but this is the scientific research and outcome that many scientists believe, and particularly neuroscience believe, that if we can maintain our mind in a state of the calm and peace only by the practicing of few breaths a day, that helps to keep the immunity strong in us. So when we have the strong immunity and our mind is strong, then what happens is we have no fear of it, and it doesn't mean we are neglecting it at all. So frankly speaking, I do not know, but I do know that it's one day, sooner or later, going to change, and it must pass. As the Queen said, one day we will meet again. So that's for sure. Meanwhile, this week is one of the very important days in our Buddhist calendar. It is called Vesak Day or Visakha Purnima, which is, if in Thailand, celebrates on the 6th of May, within Southeast Asia celebrates in 7th of May. So, and this is the full moon day of 6th lunar month on the Vesak month. It is celebrated by all the Buddhists all around the world, and since 1999 UN declared this day as the Day of Peace, by having seen the contribution that the Buddha gave to the world for 2,500 years of his contribution to building this peace in the society. So on the 7th or 6th, we will be having a ceremony on the 6th in the afternoon, 2 o'clock. It will be online at 2 o'clock. You are most welcome to join with us as well, and that will start off from chanting, a short chanting, guided meditation, and a talk in both Thai and English, and meditation. Observation of a sila or the 5 precepts will be there too. So I would like to invite you to join with us on that day, on the 6th of May. 6th of May at 2 o'clock UK time, to celebrate Vesak together, or the Visakha Purnima. And this Vesak Purnima, the significance of this day is basically the day we celebrate the Buddha's birth, his enlightenment, and his Nibbana, or the passing away day. All these 3 days coincidentally falls in the same day, the full moon day of 6th lunar month. And as a result, this day become important for all the Buddhists to celebrate and also to show our gratitude to the great teacher, the Buddha, who has given this path, the path that leads to the liberation, the path that leads to find true happiness, free from all kinds of suffering and even the death and the rebirth, attaining the Nibbana. So we show our gratitude and also celebrate his birthday on the 6th. Meanwhile, we will be having another session on the Sunday in the afternoon, next Sunday in the afternoon at 2 o'clock for the children's program as well. So we're celebrating Vesak for the children at 2 o'clock. We start on it as well. So you're also welcome to join with us. Okay. So once again, hello Suresh from Nepal, Maya, London, Paula, Aberdeen, Baisi, Madhu, Manish. Hi everyone again. Thank you for listening and coming to join with us. So today is Sunday, the 3rd of May. Thank you everyone for coming and join with us. Further on, I would like to announce to you all that I spoke with one of my friends in Thailand, and jointly 3 of them offered these masks, these 2 types of the masks. One is normal mask, and the second is a Buddhist mask with the Buddhist symbols on. They offered us for 500 pieces, and they paid for all the masks and also posts. And from the center, we only pay for the VAT to import these masks to the UK, which is £74. And now we've got this for 500 masks. If you want these masks, you can tell me, you can post your address, name and address, and how many members you have, So I will post it for you for keep safety. And I heard this afternoon when there was the government briefing about COVID. There was a question asked by one of the interviewer that will there be a rule to use the masks as compulsory, and again it is still not made it as a compulsory, but it is advisable to use it. And whereas other countries have already imposed the rule as a law that you should be wearing masks whenever you are going out of your house. So with that, on the basis of that, although scientists and governments are not imposing these as a rule, I think it is time that we should be using it just to prevent ourselves and then to prevent others. So just give me your name, address and number of members that you have, and I will post it for you. And further on, I also would like to thank you all members who are providing all the necessary items and food to the monks. And also today Nichada offered 40 pounds and on occasion of this Vesak celebration for the utilities of the center, and Rudy 30 pounds for the center. So on behalf of the center, I would like to thank you everyone for all the generous donations and support, and with this I think we'll end for tonight's reflection. Should you have any questions or anything that you want me to speak, as I said, just post me, text me. And further on, there is a one I would like to announce as well, that should anybody would like to offer anything but hasn't got the vehicle, then David is happy to go and collect. So this is also David offered, he volunteered to come and collect any goods that coming to the center. So with this, may you be happy, peaceful and successful, and don't forget to post your questions, your feedbacks to me, so then I can elaborate on that, and I know that what you are expecting to listen. So with this, stay safe, take care, and may the Buddha bless you. And good night if you're not continuing. So in a few minutes time we will have chanting and guided meditation at 7:30. Meanwhile, at 8:30 tonight I will be giving a short talk in Nepalese as well. So thank you very much for joining me, and see you tomorrow night at 6:30 again, if not continuing for the chanting and meditation tonight. And again, as I said, if you can't continue for the talk and chanting, I would encourage you all to join with me for the half an hour meditation at 7:30. Thank you. Thank you everyone. Sadhu, Sadhu, Madhu, Sharla, Indra, Manish, Colin. Thank you everyone. Thank you. So see you shortly for the evening chanting and guided meditation. Thank you.